Oh my Taurus. So this reading is kind of for collective Taurus. um, Although those with Sun, Moon, and Rising might find a couple more messages here. Oh, they're saying Venus too. Sorry. And of course, in my true Aquarius fashion, I have changed up the readings a little bit for this month. I also want to note that if the readings don't resonate, then of course take a look at the other videos. If they do, they could resonate completely or bits and pieces. I don't know where you are on your spiritual path. Your spiritual team knows that only. And so I always leave it open for them to give you the messages that you need to hear, okay? I also want to say thank you so very much for your subscriptions. If you're returning to the channel, and any comments or likes that you share with me. If you're new to the channel, thank you. Welcome. I hope that you find something that you need here, and then you turn around and subscribe. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started, okay? Your first card is Ace of Pentacles. In this position, this is talking about your past experience in love. This is yesterday and back about 2 years that they're giving me for you all. So if you watch the Capricorn reading, very different for them for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, with Ace of Pentacles, we are talking about the possibilities of a stable relationship, the possibilities of finding, your heart opening, the possibilities of having a really strong connection with somebody. So because this card is being offered to you from the divine. So the divine is giving you an option as to take, where the past can, pretty much be laid to rest, and you can find a place to allow your heart to open up, because we see a lot of that green, which is about that heart space energy. And we see the mountains in the background, which is about stability, and pentacles, it's about of course, the earthly realm, which is very comfortable for you as a Taurus, and having that stability, having that structure, that strength within a relationship, okay? So, talking about possibilities. However, presently, right now, you're going through the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands energy. We could be talking about the fact that you feel as though you need to defend yourself, or feel in any way, shape, or form defensive. It could be that you also want to protect the other person, which can definitely be a good thing with you guys as a Taurus. You do feel very protective of people that you allow to come into your circle. You will go to great lengths to protect them, because they're part of your family, they're part of you now. And so you have this love, since Venus is your dominant planet. Once you love somebody, it's just basically kind of done. You're willing to kind of step out of that I into that we very easily with them, and so you can feel very protective. But sometimes that protection can allow you to put up walls, and so you may keep out some things. And you may sometimes also have the need to really strongly defend, maybe why it is that you like this person, and why it is that you feel the need that you want to protect them. Maybe telling you, hey, I don't need you to protect me that that much. I enjoy your protection, but it doesn't need to be kind of all-consuming. But either way, you're in a position of strength, of success here. Okay, so do remember that, and possibly let the walls come down a little bit, because that's kind of in a way what you want over here with the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about cutting, getting clarity, having success. The little pieces of fire right there represent the Six of Wands, actually. So it's not like, I guess you would be kind of going backwards, but in the Six of Wands, you find a harmony, a balance within the relationship. And that's how you win. That's how you gain the clarity with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's what you want. You want to win, of course, but win in finding that harmony, win in finding the balance there. Okay. Now, what is it that you need? Wheel of Fortune. And I think that Wheel of Fortune does a very nice job in helping you to find that balance, because it does bring in the Ace of Swords that you can see that the Sphinx has up there. She is talking about creating that stability, creating that balance, which is what, you want to do with the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Swords. You want the balance, but you also want the clarity, and you want the clarity on how you're gonna win here. And this is all about finding the balance, finding the harmony, and trusting the universe, trusting that the best is definitely yet to come here. Wheel of Fortune also talks about back over here, you in Seven of Wands energy, being defensive, needing to defend your beliefs, and that could come in part from some blockages that you have. They do talk about, fear of abandonment, and maybe that's why you're being a little bit protective of the person, because, you have now pulled them in and they're yours, and you don't want them to go anywhere because, you love them so strong and so deeply. And so they're telling you, just let that go. You can't afford to let that go, because this is a good match for you. They would not have brought that person to you, because, again, this is what you need. And you want to win. But you win by understanding why you have that fear, or why you have that blockage, and allowing the person to just be. And I said, again, over here, you were in a position of success. You had the capability, because, he's in a strong position. And you have that showing up here with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. This next card is what you have to offer your lover or your beloved. And that's the Temperance card. You have the ability to give them a love in which they feel better, they feel stronger, and they know that they're loved with you. They know that they're protected. This card is underneath that Seven of Wands energy. So, yes, they do like the feelings of protected. They don't want you to possess them, but they do enjoy that feeling of being protected, of feeling loved by you. And that, in a way, helps to give them, you know, a better balance, a better stability, so that they can go out there and be able to figure out who they are and what they need. And I think that that could be maybe why you have that fear of abandonment a little bit, is because you're giving them so much stability within your love, that, you know, you might be afraid that if they go out there and discover who they are and change into this stronger person, that you might lose them. But no, this says that you get to fall in love without losing your head, that there is an invisible hold that binds the two of you together. Okay, so that's what you have to offer. I also like that it's a 14. Makes me think of February 14th. I don't know why that came up, but you generally think of February 14th. That's celebrating love, and that's what you are doing with this other person. And so you can celebrate loves, and you know, and how it gives stability to the other person, and how it, you know, allows you to feel needed and wanted within a relationship. Okay, so this is what they have to offer you, which is 3 of Cups. Love it. Emotional abundance, celebration. This is also a long-term card as well, because this is celebrating all the hard work that has been put in, and really getting a chance to enjoy each other. So again, you gave them all the stability, and they're doing all the hard work, and the two of you have been doing all this hard work together, and so you get to celebrate. You get to celebrate the long-term success, because this can sometimes be about engagements, marriages as well. Okay? Now, with it being underneath the Ace of Swords, it really doesn't make sense, because you're putting in a lot of work with that Ace of Swords, and you took that possibility from the divine. So very, very nice, Taurus. Okay, I did pull some Romance Angels card for you. The card is calling you your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Ooh, did we talk about that invisible hold that the two of you have? It doesn't matter. You don't have to have that fear of abandonment. You don't have to have the fear of needing to, you know, have that stronghold and maybe keeping some people out and keeping them in, or being, you know, too protective. It doesn't matter where they go or what they do. The two of you are still have that very strong connection, and they want you to trust that. Okay? Because that's what love flows, and it allows, and you know this, and having that Venus with as your dominating, as your ruling planet. So you know, get in touch with that. Your final card comes from the universe has got your back. And you guys know with these cards, they usually allow this room for your intuition to really open up and speak to you about what the card is trying to say to you. And sometimes I feel, you know, wanting to jump in as well to see how it's relating with the other cards, okay? So the card says, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Oh, man, I love it. I can't pick out a particular card, because that is the overall feeling that I think comes from this whole entire reading, from every last single card. You had the possibility with the Ace of Pentacles here, with the Seven of Wands, you know, protecting, but making sure that it's the correct protection, and you're not keeping the person in, wanting to win, wanting to have that sense and feel of harmony. Wheel of Fortune, moving the blockages, making sure there is no fear of abandonment, and knowing that this is the right person, giving them the stability and transforming, that love between you two from weak to strong, and knowing that the two of you have an invisible bond no matter where they go. And then them offering to you the emotional abundance, the emotional happiness, and really celebrating something that could be long term. And that is the energy of love. And right now you think, man, I said the universe too is helping you and bringing you that right-minded person. Wow. All right. So, I don't know. I hope that it gave you some validation, some clarity. I know I enjoyed your reading, dear Taurus. Okay. So I hope that you all take care, and I will see you next time. All right. Bye.